This video was brought to you by UniverseQuests. 14 of the greatest animal migrations. Across the globe, a spectacular phenomenon unfolds twice a year: the grand migration of animals. From the majestic wildebeests of Africa's savannas to the tiny dragonflies that traverse oceans, and from the mighty baleen whales to the determined salmon, millions of creatures embark on incredible journeys in search of food, shelter, and breeding grounds. These migrations are not just awe-inspiring events, they also play a vital role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems and highlighting the interconnectedness of our planet's habitats. Let's embark on a journey to explore some of the most remarkable animal migrations on Earth. Number 14. Sea turtles. Scientists have recorded some leatherback turtles traveling across the Pacific Ocean between Indonesia and the west coast of the United States and Canada, crossing more than 10,000 miles on their journey. One of their most impressive feats is navigating back to the beach where they were born so they can spawn. A loggerhead sea turtle named Yoshi swam 22,000 miles over 2 years. Two Ocean's aquarium staff released Yoshi after a 20-year residency. Yoshi originally went to the aquarium because of a cracked shell. Number 13. Baleen whales. While many of the world's marine mammals migrate, none go the distance like giant baleen whales. One species of baleen whale, the grey whale, makes a 10,000 to 14,000 mile round trip on its annual migratory journey. Each baleen whale species travels to warmer tropical waters during the winter months to mate and give birth. Then the whales swim to the rich, colder waters of the Arctic or Antarctic to feed for the summer. Climate change and warmer surface temperatures have altered the timing of that migration, and it may not be sustainable. Number 12. Dragonflies. Dragonflies are capable of long-distance migrations, but until 2009, scientists had no idea how far they traveled. Scientists discovered a 14,000 to 18,000 kilometer dragonfly migration route that spanned from India to the Maldives, Seychelles, Mozambique, and Uganda, and back again, 0.5. One tiny dragonfly species has a flying range of 4,400 miles or more over open ocean waters. Incredibly, the epic migration spans 4 generations of dragonflies, with each generation playing its part in the journey, much like a relay race. It's easily the longest insect migration ever discovered. The dragonflies appear to follow the rains, from the monsoon season in India to the rainy season in eastern and southern Africa. Number 11. Wildebeest. Africa's wildebeest herds travel annually by the millions in search of greener pastures. This is perhaps the most visible animal migration. Known as the Great Migration, millions of wildebeest suddenly start migrating at the same time each year, moving from the southern part of Tanzania's Serengeti Desert up and around to Masai Mara in Kenya, then back again. The migration is one of nature's grandest spectacles, as the herds cross crocodile-infested rivers while lions prowl in the tall grass nearby. Over 250,000 wildebeest fall victim to hungry predators and the other perils of migratory travel, such as drowning, starvation, and disease, along the way. Africa's vast savanna couldn't exist without the migration, and maintaining these habitat corridors is essential to the survival of this area and its creatures. Number 10. Birds. About 4,000 species of birds are regular migrators. Some of these avian creatures' journeys are among the longest in the world, and the birds are always in pursuit of either food or nesting locations. The tiny Arctic tern makes the world's longest migration annually as it zigzags 55,923 miles between the Arctic and Antarctic. An honourable mention goes to the sooty shearwater for making a similar journey. Bar-tailed godwits undertake the longest non-stop flight of any bird, 6,835 miles in 9 days, between New Zealand and China. Penguins also migrate, sometimes due to the effects of climate change. They deserve credit for making their journey through the ocean and by foot instead of by air. Adelie penguins make the longest migrations, with one penguin migrating more than 10,936 miles, according to researchers using tracking devices. Number 9. Monarch Butterflies. The annual monarch butterfly migration spans 3,000 miles and might be the most colourful migration in the natural world. The farthest tracked monarch flew 265 miles in one day. The monarch migration includes 3 to 4 generations and occasionally crosses the Atlantic Ocean. It typically consists of monarchs moving from northern parts of North America to Mexico or California. No 8. Caribou, North America's caribou populations migrate the farthest of any terrestrial mammal, a journey that can span more than 838 miles annually. This distance is significantly lower than the 3,000-mile distance scientists used in the past. Part of that reduction is due to improved data from GPS tracking, and unfortunately, the rest is due to climate change, which is also changing the timing of migration. Herds of the migrating animals can grow to impressive numbers, with 197,000 members of the porcupine caribou herd, rivaled only by Africa's great wildebeest migrations. During the winter, caribou travel to forested areas for easier foraging, and they migrate in the summer to superior calving grounds. Number 7. Salmon impressively travel hundreds of miles in inland freshwaters and up to 1,000 miles in the ocean during their migration to feeding grounds. On their return to their breeding grounds, they will even ascend thousands of feet up mountain streams. It may seem like an extreme journey, but they do it because they know they'll find the right species to mate with and that a particular river has already proven successful for spawning. The salmon do all of that navigation primarily by using the Earth's magnetic field as a compass. When they get close to spawning areas, they use their sense of smell to find their way home. Young salmon learn the smell of their home stream, possibly even memorizing it at various points along the way as they migrate toward the ocean. Zooplankton, organisms such as diatoms and krill that float in the ocean column, seem like unlikely migratory animals. Their migration is different because it moves up and down through the ocean's depths rather than traversing a landscape, although they can do this 2.17. The movement of zooplankton, known as diel vertical migration, rivals the seasonal migration of more famous migratory species such as caribou or Arctic tern. Despite their tiny size, some zooplankton swarms swim a vertical distance of 3,000 feet nearly every day in their continual search for food. It's described as possibly being the largest natural daily movement of biomass on the planet. Human commuters may exceed it. 18. Number 5. Bats. Although not all bat species are migratory, the ones that travel seasonally do so in spectacular fashion. The world's most massive mammal migration is the annual journey of Zambia's straw-coloured fruit bats. An astounding 10 million bats blanket the air during the migration as they travel to Kasanka National Park to feed on their favourite fruits in the Mushitu swamp forest. These fruits emerge after the first rains, and the bats will eat up to twice their body weight every night. It gives them energy to continue their migrations across Africa and is especially helpful to pregnant mothers. 19. No 4. Christmas Island red crabs. One of the most incredible migrations is the seasonal movement of the red crab across Australia's Christmas Island. Tens of millions of red crabs call this remote island home, and every year they transform the island into a vast moving red carpet as they move en masse to the ocean to lay their eggs. During periods of peak migration, Christmas Island's roads often must be closed as the crabs blanket the landscape. Scientists have recently discovered that hormonal changes cue the crabs to undertake their arduous journey. It usually coincides with the first rain of the wet season in October or November. Number 3. Sharks. Some shark species travel thousands of miles through open water every year, scouring the ocean for food. Other sharks have a daily vertical migration from deeper water to shallower water in search of food or to warm up. The great white shark is a long-distance traveller, with some making the journey across the Indian Ocean between South Africa and Australia, and back again in a single year. 22. The larger but more gentle whale shark is another known migrant, with one undertaking a 12,000-mile migration conservation activities, more complicated as more jurisdictions are involved. Other migratory sharks are giving up annual migrations as the water stays warm due to climate change. Number 2. Tuna are among the ocean's fastest swimming migratory fish. 24. They swim across such large distances, including between oceans, that fishing regulations have failed to adequately protect them from overfishing. The IUCN lists Atlantic bluefin tuna as least concern, southern bluefin as endangered, albacore as least concern, and Pacific bluefin as near threatened. Skipjack tuna has a stable population. Pacific bluefin will make the 5,000-mile trip between spawning grounds in Japan and California multiple times throughout their lives. Number 1. Seals. Seals migrate long distances to find food. Fur seals swim the equivalent of a quarter of the way around the world every year. Bull elephant seals make an annual migratory journey of at least 13,000 miles and spend about 250 days during that time at sea. Females spend an incredible 300 days at sea each year. Elephant seals have 2 separate annual migrations, one after breeding season and one after molting season. That's it for today. We will meet with another interesting topic very soon.